Hello and good morning, my lovely friends. This is Marta. Welcome in my studio. Today I want to play a little bit with the craft stash goodies, and I've just grabbed a random selection of some of my favorite dies and stamps I have from the exclusive craft stash brands. I also have a hot of the press one, but I've never use it at the end. Here, one of my forever favorite circle die from Daisy Made Design, and this border die comes from the Card Making Magic. I also have this beautiful, lovely stamp set from the Apple Blossom. I don't think this one in particular is still available on the Craft Stash, but they do have a beautiful selection all year of flowers. I will give you a link down below if you would like to have a look. These stamps are just absolutely amazing, and I thought today I will be playing a little bit outside my comfort zone because first of all, I am using this huge stamp flower, which I truly love, but I'm usually thinking like, oh, what to do with such a big stamp. But here is my idea how you can create and work your card around this huge focal point. Like if you have this beautiful stamp set, which is really large here, and this is something you may find useful to see how am I creating, how am I doing my composition around. I'm starting from doing a yellow color background, and this is also an I would not say novelty to me, but from all the colors combination I'm using, the yellow is not my obvious one to go. I usually tend to work between blues, pinks, maybe like aqua, minty color. This is my preferred color choices, and the yellow, I'm not working with it as often as I would like. I find it maybe not difficult, but a little bit harder to work. So today I'm breaking this comfort zone in the form of playing, stretching my crafting to play with the colors and stamps and things I haven't been done for some time. So it's a good exercise to work on your crafting skills. Now, for my focal point, I've created this white color panel. I've used the Textures by Lou Collins embossing folder. I believe it's called Floral Script, and now I'm having this circle which I cut from the Daisy Made design, and I am gently coloring it with the Distress Oxide ink. I also did a little bit like a splatter stamping on it, and then I am using a darker shade of brown, and I am coloring the outside and inside edge of this frame with this dark ink. And this is my go-to solution, my friends, that whenever you would like to give some dimension to your die cut elements, you can use the darker ink to go over the edge, and that way you create some sort of a dimensional look. And one more thing I wish to say, my friends, I much further prefer to color my own elements. Like rather than cutting this frame from the brown cardstock, I prefer to cut it from the white one and color it with the inks, because I feel that this effect you achieve having this uneven coloring areas, splatters, and this all add the texture, this all add dimension to your card. And for me, at least, this is my personal choice, that the handmade color elements, they look much better than just cut it from the colored cardstock. I am doing the same rule if it comes for my leaves. I very rarely die cut them from the green color cardstock. I usually cut them from white, and then I use some mediums to color it. Here I've cut this leafy design. This comes from the Spiky flower design. This is one of the latest release from the Card Making Magic. I also cut two of those white borders, which was from the half scallop die set, which you could see on one of my previous video. And now we are going to be doing some stamping. And for the stamping, my go-to solution is to stamp and use some gold embossing powder because I love coloring elements when they embossed with the gold for a few reasons. First of all, the gold embossing, it gives you this lovely bling bling effect, and second, which is also very handy, embossing always provides you with this slightly raised edge, so whenever you prefer to do like a watercoloring or using some pencils, markers, if you have this raised edge, it's much easier to color your images to stay within the lines. So that's why I prefer it. But today I'm doing something different. For a change, I not only use the yellow color, which I'm not been playing with very often, I'm also doing a blank inking. And for my stamping pad, I've choose this Tsukineko Onyx Black ink, which is not this is a very good ink if it comes for the quality of the stamping. It gives you this beautiful crisp image anytime you're trying to stamp it, and it's especially important if you're stamping like sentiments. But for coloring, this is not the best one. It sometimes tends to smear or bleed, so in order to avoid that, I am covering it with the clear embossing powder on top of that. That way I have this, security, and I'm pretty much sure that whenever I will be using the watercolor or alcohol inks, it's not gonna bleed on me. I've stamped this large flower once. I was thinking of maybe stamping it twice, but I didn't have enough room on my piece of paper I have here, so I just stick to the one flower. And this design is so big that it will still fill the card, so one flower is enough. But to go with this large flower, I wanted to have a few leaves to go with it to fill up this green portion of the card as well. So I end up in total I end up in having this 5 leaves, the stamped one from the apple blossom set, and then I also cut 3 additional from the Christina card making magic range. And here you can see this color on the foil, on this foil packaging I have. This is the leftover from me creating the background earlier on. I never wipe it off, and this is something which helps you to save up a little bit, obviously not a lot product, but it's always a good idea if you're creating this smooshing technique and you have some leftovers on your foil, use this app to color your images or something like that. And I color my flower, and then to give it an extra dimension, I use up Spectrum Noir glitter liquid ink, which is a little bit darker shade, which helped me to do a little bit shading on this flower, and it also have this lovely shimmering effect, so that's also nice, something add a little bit sparkle to the card. And for my leaves, I'm using my forever favorite IZINK ALADINE spray. You've been seeing it plenty times, my friends, because they're absolutely fantastic. I just love them. I think I have them like a 1 year, and I'm using them very oftenly, and usually one pump for the color is enough. I'm still like, I maybe use up 1/4 of the bottle, so they're really long lasting. The color is very lovely saturated, and you can spray with them, you can like paint with them, as I'm doing here. There's lots of different things you can do. And here I had a little bit struggle with the sentiment. I need to tell you this. I have this Sending Smile frame, which I thought the white one, it's not enough standing out from this textured background paper I've created. And quick fix, I thought I will just take a piece of a sponge and then just go over the edges with the brown ink. And once I was doing that, I smeared the brown ink right in front, like in the center of the sentiment, and I was like, oh no, what am I gonna do? So I eventually decided to, I don't wanna create another one of those decorative frame. So I thought I will use a different sentiment, and I've started looking through like a die cut sentiments I have, and I was trying 5 different versions like happy birthday, Mr. and Mrs., but eventually I thought I need something smaller, because if I'm having this big flower, I want my card to be balanced. I don't want to have two big sentiments. I rather go with one smaller, one bigger, but so it will have, all the card will have a nice flow. So finally I found the proper sentiment from the creative expression, and they have this lovely sentiments in very good price point, when you where you get 2 dies. There's a sentiment die, and then there's outer area. You will see it in a minute. And this big black Mr. and Mrs. one, which I thought it will be looking nicely along with the black stamping images, but as I've mentioned, it was too big, like big sentiment, big flower. It was just too much. It didn't balance right, at least for my taste. But I will use it up for my next card. I keep it aside, and I very often I have one bit done, and then once I have the leftover, it's a good starting point for a next card, which I already have idea for. So I will use it up, and that won't go to the waste. So here I am just, gluing this sentiment, a happy anniversary from Creative Expression I was telling you about before. And once I have all my elements, I will start assembling my card. And what I'm doing here, I am just using a double-sided tape, like a double-sided glue tape, to attach those border strips to my front panel, to this white embossed panel. And I'm just trying to put them right in the center, so once I cut the leftover, like hanging out pieces, they will be kind of even from both sides. So here you can see I'm chopping them with the guillotine. You could do it with the scissors, but with the guillotine you've got this perfectly straight edge, so just something to help make it easier. I'm adding the tape also to the this yellow panel I create. I'm gonna be sticking it in the front of my card, and then I will use a foam tape to raise this white panel on top of that. And that way I have this lovely dimension, but the card is still flat enough to go within an envelope, so that will be easy for posting. And I will attach the rest of my element using the mixture of the double-sided tape and foam tape a little bit. Here you can see I'm gonna be raising very gently. This is 1 millimeter thick foam, which I'm cutting half, so I could tuck it underneath this circular frame which I've created. And then once I have it done, I will stick it to the card, put my flower composition, and add my sentiment inside of this circular frame. I think this card is just looking beautiful. It's a lovely idea, whether it's for the anniversary, for a birthday, for many different occasions. I hope this will bring you some inspiration, and you will have a look on your own big stamps you have, and you will create something out of it. Thank you so very much, my friends, for being here, for watching, for subscribing to my channel. I am very grateful for having you here. I also want to wish you all lots of fun while crafting and creating, and stay blessed, my friends, and I hope to see you shortly another time. I just want to give you a little bit heads up. I will be having this Sunday live this coming Sunday at 5 p.m. o'clock on my Facebook page, Drop of Sunshine. And if you're not on the Facebook, you will be able to participate in the live through the Craft World platform as well. I will have the article on my expert page where you could find and watch this live too. And then once it's done, I will try to upload it here on a YouTube. But This way it won't be live anymore. So if you will have some questions, you would like to, get them answered on live, I really wish to invite you to my Facebook page, Drop of Sunshine. Thank you so very much. I am wishing you all a wonderful day. Stay blessed, my friends. Bye bye.